Hi, welcome you all to my video book. So this video is a continuation of my existing series of video. So today we'll be seeing about referencing styles in a thesis. So in a thesis or a research paper, it is important to do referencing. So in referencing we have got like citations, and then we have got multiple styles, we have got multiple softwares as well. So this video is really packed just to make it very crisp and very brief. What is it required to you to understand to write a thesis with a proper referencing? So let's get into the video now. So we have got totally like there are multiple softwares as I told you, but the most familiar one are these like 5 which you can see in the screen now. So we have got like Mendeley, Zotero, EndNote, ReferWorks and Citations 5. So now a quick comparison of these 5 softwares. I have taken this from a portal, so this doesn't belong to me, but still it's quite authenticated. So if you take RefWorks and Zotero, they have got like free and open source, and then it is easily capturable in your in-text as well as in your reference. So out of all, I would probably like recommend or suggest you to use Mendeley if you are looking like more of technical or a scientific research. So everything can be like downloaded. These are all like available in your internet. It's available, you can download from an application and you can start installing it. But this video we are focusing more on Mendeley. So like Mendeley is free, it's available online. You can also download in your smartphone as well, and it can work with Microsoft Word. If you have got like LaTeX, if you have got like FreeBible, or if you got any kind of Word document, could be in your Macintosh, also Mendeley works. So it is more of a very technical and a very scientifically designed software. If you are looking for PhD or your doctorate of business administration or master of philosophy, people in this background, in this studies, they all use Mendeley. So this is the reason why I have taken now to preach. Please do not think that I am just trying to promote Mendeley. There is no way like we are trying to influence your software, but Mendeley is quite user friendly and easily downloadable. So that is the reason why I am taking Mendeley and explaining in this particular video. Maybe my next video I will try to tell about EndNote and also a bit idea about Citations why. So like this video will look on Mendeley. So Mendeley we can like probably like we can do Intext Citations, referencing and bibliography. So for this you should understand what is called Intext Citation. You should know what is called referencing. You should know what is called bibliography. So for people who have got no idea what is called references and bibliography, this is the mistake they do. They always put the title as bibliography and then they put reference inside, and then they type reference heading and then they type the bibliography inside. So there is a confusion of what is called reference and what is called bibliography. There is a very distinct difference. It's time for you to understand if you're doing a PhD or if you're writing a research paper. So we will understand what is called in-text citation, we will understand references and also bibliography. Only if you understand this, we can go to the next level. So what is in-text citation? If you can see the picture on the screen, the in-text citations are something which comes in your thesis. In a thesis, there are like paragraphs and then multiple citations will be placed inside. Even you're supposed to do that. Whenever you write a thesis, you cannot write somebody's word exactly. You're supposed to study from some other literature and then you have to review and then write in your own words. This is what we call literature review. So you write that and then you're supposed to credit the author, because it is not your words, you're taken from somewhere, and you are supposed to mention the author name and then the year it is being done. So this is where it is called in-text citation. You can see the yellow highlighted words. Similarly, Chen et al. 2009. So it means that Chen, along with his co-authors, he says in the year 2009, emphasize that human resource management enhance employees' behavior. It goes like that. So this is in-text citation which comes in your thesis in the body of the text. Now what is called reference? Reference is something which comes in your last section of your thesis. Usually reference comes like before appendix. Once we finish all the chapters, we mention references. So references are it's more in alphabetical order. You can see here how it has been like all B, C, it's been going, it's in alphabetical order. and this is a particular format from APA. I will tell you what are the formats later, but you understand there are types of reference styles. We have got APA, we got like Harvard, we got MLA, IEEE, Chicago. There are many formats is being there. So actually these are formats laid by the publishers. Whenever they want to publish, they want a very uniform format. That is why they insist a proper format, so proper style. So this is a style where you can see the first line is in like aligned. The second line starts, after one tab. So now this is not easy for you to do manually. If you do manually, you might have like cumbersome, it might be quite difficult for you. So this is all being auto generated by a particular software. So this is an APA style. So if you can see here, this Chen et al. Is being given here. So I have just taken the exact citation and in text, and I'm putting a reference over here. So this normally references goes for like, maybe like 300 references or like 250 they used to have in a thesis. It depends upon, there is no any thumb rule that you should have like 50, 60, don't take me in any numbers. But average we used to have 250 to 300 references in a thesis, because you're doing a PhD. If you don't refer at least 300 works, then what is the point in doing a literature review? So check that point. So that this is called references. Next we come something to bibliography. Now you all should understand what is called reference and bibliography. But one point, anybody doing PhD or like you're doing your research paper, we use only reference style. We don't use bibliography. Bibliography is something which is in your reference section, but it need not be in text. Let me repeat in a different way. Now this in-text citation and references will match. If there is something called Chen et al. In your in-text, there should be a reference in your reference section. Chen name should be there. If it is not there, it means it's a flaw-filled research, it's a flaw-filled report. So this both in-text and reference should match. But it need not have the same thing for your bibliography. Bibliography is quite different. Bibliography is it's a combination, or it's a kind of a collection of all the reports or like references you put inside. There need not be any kind of reference of this in in-text citation. You can see the bibliography here. There is first one, Trump election campaign at like speech at Ohio State, he says so and so. And then second, obtained from wikipedia.com. So this can't be in your in-text. So bibliography doesn't have a need to match its in-text, but reference should match in-text. So I believe you get this point. So in-text and reference should match. In-text and bibliography need not match. It can match, but it is not mandatory. So that is why in PhD we always use references. So reference section is must, and then in-text citation is also must. So this is like three things you should understand. Like probably like have in one line, one word, in-text citation which comes in your thesis, reference section which comes at last part of your thesis. This reference and in-text citation should match each other, and bibliography is just a collection of all your references. So bibliography let us eliminate now. We are not concerned of bibliography now. We will look only in text and references. So Mendeley can do both in-text citation and references by just one click. That is the most convenient part here. We all can be done in just one click. So there are quick 5 steps to start practicing your referencing. First is to create account of the Mendeley software. If you all have an elsewhere account, you can map it, because Mendeley is basically from elsewhere. Okay, elsewhere is which like Scopus database, right? They are like a top index company, ranking body. So elsewhere you should have an account with them. It's a free account. You can create, like how do you create your Gmail? You can create an account. Step number 1. Step number 2, download Mendeley app to your PC or your laptop and your smartphone as well. You didn't download. I will show you step by step how do we download, not to worry. And then once you download the Mendeley, then you should add the documents, whatever PDF, the Word document, the thesis, whichever you read in your PC, you have to add that to your library. So there is a library given to you. Mendeley is giving you a library. There is a space for you. You can click add document, so that the entire PDF will be saved in your library. So from the library you can start citing in your thesis. So that is step number 4. From there you can start citing from Mendeley in reference tab. So what happens once you download Mendeley to your PC automatically there will be a plugin in your Microsoft Word. There will be a small tab in Microsoft Word, so it will automatically, it will start, as a plugin it will be Microsoft Word, also in your web browser, like if you use Safari, if you use Google Chrome, so it will be automatically, it will be placed there, so that you can start citing each and everything. So then you click one button, generate bibliography, it will be done automatically. So these are the 5 steps. You might not be able to exactly visualize like what I say now, so let me just start showing you how it works. So first of all, now the video is gonna start, I will just start working. Probably you can pause and then you can replay again if you don't understand. So let me start doing it out. So the first thing is we will have to download Mendeley. So first is you create, so you just go to your google.com and then download Mendeley. You click download Mendeley and then you get this link. So download Mendeley. So this is, I'm using a Windows now, so I'm using my PC. So let me just click download, and it's like 54 MB. So once it is getting downloaded, it will be an executive file. It's an exe file. So from there you can start installing in your system. So it's been almost done. So once done, open it. So then just go by the flow of the software. Next, agree, next, and then install. So presently the Mendeley is getting installed in my system, so it automatically comes to my web browser, also it comes to my Microsoft plugin as well. So this is going to be like making my referencing work quite easy. So I click finish. So now I'll be able to, now you can open Mendeley. So this is my Mendeley profile. So yours, like for example, if you're using on your own, you will be having all blank here. These are all my authors and my title, and I'm just doing it all like this is my library. So in my library I have got so much of that. So I will show you how to add also. So now once you create the login, make sure that you have a login with Mendeley. So it's a free account. So let's say if I want to open a document, I go to sciencedirect.com and sciencedirect.com, you should be knowing sciencedirect.com is a kind of a portal where we can have open access PDF. So it's all like from elsewhere, so it's like quite genuine authenticated. And let's say if I have to type about organizational behavior, so I click that. So now you can see some article which are like open access, like for example this article is open access, intangible assets and organizational citizenship behavior, a conceptual model. Let's say if I need this article, open access means it is available, I can download. For example, this article is not open access. This article, there is no any open access symbol here. It means I have to pay. I might have to pay like $1,000 or $2,000 to download this journal, and maybe $50 or $60 to download article. So for your explanation, now I am using an open access. So I am just clicking this. So this is the article. So if I am interested in this article, I go to the abstract. If I am interested, like everything is being here. If I am interested, so what I do is I can find a Mendeley toolbar in my browser. It will be available on your browser as well. So you should be able to find. You just have to click it. So once you click it, it might import. It might find the author name, the the title, abstract, all will come over here. It's showing me, and I click. It is showing me what all which is the all these citations, whatever will come over here. For example, Grant, Grado, Novanka, all will be available here. So here I select, I need this one. So once I say this, it's very clear. The author's name have come here. This author's name have come. The first name, surname. Please, these are all very sensitive things. You should not make a mistake in first name and surname of an author. So like if you do a mistake in citation, you might have a problem in increasing your citation impact factor for your thesis, also for your journals. So do not do any mistakes in first name and surname of an author. So we are not doing anything manually, so we are just relying on a software. So automatically everything has been coming here, the publisher name, which year, page number, which volume, which issue, everything has come over here. So my work is to just add in my library. So once I click add, this entire Probably the entire article is going to be added in my library. So I am done with it. So if I open Mendeley now, I will be able to see this one. I refresh it. Yes, this is what we are adding now. Intangible assets and organization, it has come already. So I added now 2020 6 p.m. Helion published, it has been added on. So it's a PDF available here. So now the document which we saw in a portal has come to my library. So I need not print it. I need not have any kind of like a file to procure my thing. Whenever I want to print, I can print it, but it is in my library. So Mendeley is giving me a library where I can save every article, every thesis, whichever I come across the internet, even any speech, whatever it is, it will be there. So having this as an example, let me just show you how do you cite it. That is where the key thing comes inside. So you open your Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word, once you open over here, so make sure right now my Mendeley is not available. In my reference tab, it has not been available, if you notice here. So like reference tab, right, it has not been, it is only like just citation. So it is not there in my Microsoft Word. So again I go to Mendeley, I go to tools, install MS Word plugin. So I click it, so it's been done. So it says your plugin has been installed. So now I have, my work is to just to restart my Microsoft Word. So once I restart, I go to reference, you can see Mendeley has already come over here. So people who have missed, please try to scroll back the video and see the difference. In first like 10 seconds before I showed you my video, that word would have, this Mendeley was not there. Now I have installed the plugin in my Word. So now Mendeley has come here. Initially it was only this section was there. Now you can find the Mendeley is in my Microsoft Word. So for example, I type some article, I type some, like I do some, so I type some, like thesis, and if I have to quote here the article what I have done, so what I do is I go to references, insert citation. So insert citation, I go to Mendeley, and then I click this first one, and then I just say cite. So here it comes exactly, it says Tefera and Honska 2020, it's already come. So now what style? In referencing we have got many style. Please look into your university, look into your publisher, what exactly they want. The most common thing is the people use APA, American Psychological one. So like we have got American Psychological Association, that's called APA 7th edition. We have got American ASA 6th edition. We have got Harvard reference style, IEEE. So let me use APA, American Psychological Association. So like we'll just follow this one. So here the difference is very simple, like if you're able to notice here, initially it was psychological. Here the and is A and D. But when I change the style to APA, it sounds like this symbol has come, the comma has come here. So this might look very weird and absurd for you, how a comma, how an and letter matters a lot, but let us not waste time in questioning the format. That is none of our business. So we are just supposed to follow the guidelines given by the publisher or by the university. Every format has got its value, because we as a researcher, our work is to cite, but when they do for the printing, it's very important to have a uniform. Uniformity is very important for the publisher. That is where the book comes out very well. For example, the familiar publishers like Sage, like Wiley, Taylor and Francis, they have a particular formatting style. So it is better that we adhere exactly like what they mean. So unanimously people always say APA, but some universities they follow Harvard referencing style. If it is Harvard referencing, please select Harvard referencing here immediately. So that now you can have Harvard referencing style. So now for this video I will use APA 7th edition. So this is my Intext citation. I can keep on typing whatever it is, and then I keep on citing. So I can go to my library. In my library, what is all being there? I click here and I cite and I do it. So now this is what is being done. So please do not mind the text what I am just giving you for example. And then I click here and I click this and I click cite. So if you see, like when I click for example here, that will be highlighted. This is where we test. Some people they just type like they also type, they do like this, they do manually, they say open and then they say like Peter and 2020, this is what they do. So if you do this, what happens, like I can click here, it is like, it is not highlighted, but when I click here once, it is highlighted. I click here once, highlighted. I click here once, highlighted. So now, please do not do anything manually, use your software, do it out. So once, this is called Intext Citation. This is called Intext Citation, which comes in your thesis. So once it is being done, so let me just show you on your reference section. That is in your, like your last section of thesis. So now what I do is insert bibliography. It will ask me whether you want to like insert bibliography or reference style. So I have given a reference style, before. So it's very clear. It comes, like grammar, like alphabetical order. So I have given 3. So I have used like Kumar and Sangaran comes first, and then Sahu comes second, and then it is coming over here. So this is all like APA style. So if I change my style to Harvard, you can see the difference how it works. It changes the format. It changes the format here and here as well. So now I used my APA, American Psychology Association. So now this is how we do Mendeley. So make sure this Mendeley section is available, and then you do in-text and then referencing. So like what like people to check your thesis, they will check your in-text Kumar and Sangaran 2006 whether it is there in your reference section. So they flip back. If it is available, it is very clear. It means it's a very genuine thesis you have done. There is no flaw. But for example, I click like when I type like this, as I showed you, and I put Peter 2020. When I click this Peter 2020 is not available here. Why? Because it's a manual. So now when it is manually done, it means you are trying to fabricate. You are trying to violate the entire referencing system. It is not acceptable. That is why we say use your proper tool. In earlier days, what has been used is people used to have, like whenever they find a citation, people immediately use the reference section. It was very genuine. I'm saying like 40 years back, if you take any thesis, it was properly matched. But today there is over excess amount of thesis submission and then research papers. So the publishers as well as the universities are not able to find where the flaw is gonna like people are doing. So there is where they're using they're trying to recommend a software. So right now we are using Mendeley, but we have any software. Even Microsoft has got its own, like this one. If you use your like in your every of your Microsoft Word, there's a built-in reference management tool. You need not even have Mendeley, you can do on your own, but this is quite tough. You have to insert citation, add a new source, you have to do manually. So which I feel it might take some time. So I have to enter the author name, title, journal name, and then volume. I have to do everything manually. So this is where I don't want to use. So I am using something called Mendeley. So this is how it is being done. So anything, any kind of doubts you have in it, I really recommend you all to flip my video, because I was been trying to speak to you each and every step by step. So like if you can follow these 5 steps what has been shown here, these 5 steps. So these 5 steps, if you can follow it out, create an account, download Mendeley, add documents, and then cite from Mendeley and generate references, you are done with it. So your referencing is a very integral part of your thesis. So please make sure that you take a lot of care on your referencing system. So I will end up this video. Thank you all. See you in the next video, because I'm just trying to like add more value on your completion of your thesis. All my series of videos, whatever I put inside so far, were helping you, should help you on your methodology. All my sampling videos, my philosophical videos, all were more of methodology, but suddenly there was a more of requisition on the referencing part, on academic writing. So my future videos I will try to upload on academic writing as well. So with this I will stop Mendeley. Maybe in future I will also touch about EndNote. Please again do not think that we are trying to promote, or I am trying to encourage you to influence you from Mendeley. Mendeley I am telling because it's freely available, it's quite user friendly. So with this I will stop the video. Thank you all. Take care.